everyone, welcome back to the Baron's YT, and today we will be looking at some more DCS World. Today we will be taking a look at the F16c Viper, which is currently sitting at about $79 on the Gaijin store. So it is definitely one of the more pricier modules, but it is definitely one of the cooler looking aircraft in my opinion. Just quickly get that out of the way. So this is the F16. As you can see, I've got AIM 120Cs, AIM 9Xs, and some fuel tanks on board. So just a standard loadout. So without further ado, let's close the canopy and hop on in. So to close the canopy, you hold Control C. It isn't like the F-18, where you can just click and release Control C. You must actually hold it until you hear it disengage that little click. That's the locking mechanism. You have to pop that. I mean, don't have to pop it in, but it's nice to pop it in because one, it just kind of sits there and gets in your way. So first things first, you have to pop this on right here. Pop that up one notch if I can hit it. Then we hit this. So that's the electrical power unit. That's the fuel pump valve. And then with shift home, you bring it from the off detent into the idle detent. Then over here, flip these switches, which I do believe are, yeah, these are MFD switches, UFCs, different things like this. This button you don't need to use. This is from an older model, F16. This one does not have the moving maps, so you don't need to play with it. I mean, this does nothing. Put that into the align, pop the radios over, come over here. You can uncage this. Once the red goes away, you're good to go. Here, and turn that. Come back over here, pop that one more notch forward. Should be good to go. And pop this off. See here, can click that. Master caution is off. Just zoom in here, go to FCR, WP, SMS, there you go. Over here, we can now look up here. You can see that the INS is almost done. It's got 63 RDY. Okay, ready. I pop that over there. And we can now zoom out. As you can see here, put that into L16, light level on, and we can turn up the HUD display. It's not this one, it's this one. System HUD right here. It's your AA mode, air ground mode, COM 1s, COM 2s. Got your different buttons here to type in frequencies if you're using the comms. And we got a warning light, which is probably my pop that button off. Kind of take a look over here again. Let's pop the lights on. Form lights, pop, pop, pop. Those are left clicks of all the lights. You got wing and tail, flash, fuselage, collision lights, anti-collision, all that. Don't really need a whole lot back here. And also your stick happens to be over here. Get this, make sure to hit S. take one quick look at the layout of the runway. So I'm going to be pulling out, taking a left, hitting runway 06. I'll be doing a little bit of a pattern work here, coming in for a landing, and that should be the end of the video. So without further ado, let's roll out. Throttle up. You don't need a whole lot of throttle with this plane. It's quite a powerful bird. I mean, it is quite small, although it does slow down rapidly in tight turns like this. Over here are your weapons switches. You have master arm. You've got the laser for AG bombs that happen to be laser guided. I think we have a plane over here taking off. What is this? No, it's just a car. Okay. So it's kind of mid-morning, 0800 hours in game. Also, refueling is over here. It's all of those buttons. I've set my nose wheel key to W, so anyone who's playing this, switch to W just because I've got Q and E set up for the nose wheel, and then rudder control S to lock your nose wheel for takeoff, because obviously if you don't, you'll go skittering down the runway. W to hit the nose wheel, and then space is my parking brake. As you can see there, it'll stop you rather quickly. But further ado, here's runway 06. We will be taxiing on, not too quickly. This plane's a little bit unstable, as it's got a much narrower fuselage, wheelbase, all that stuff. Just get it lined up here real quick. Lock the nose wheel. Don't lock the nose wheel. Lock the nose wheel. Flaps up. Full throttle detent. Use minor rudder inputs to try to adjust. And should be getting about liftoff just about now. And then you hit the gear button, which should turn red like that as it's going up and it's going down. Up is up, down is down, obviously. Don't know what that is. Pull through the clouds here at about 4,000 feet. We'll be just flying about 5,000 feet quickly. Got some RWR warning systems. Turn the lasers on, as you can see. And arm the guns. That's locking the sun there. If I go over here, hit air to air, your AIM-9Xs will fire. Those were not locked onto anything. But that is the weapon system controls. I'm going to start pulling back the throttle just a little bit. Got a little bit of cloud cover today over south central Georgia. I believe this is Georgian map. And now I'm going to try to locate the runway based on our position. So should be flying right next to it, and we will be coming back in on runway 24, which is the opposite end of this runway. So we're going to pull back the throttle, start an orbital turn. There's a track and field area, and we will be dropping at or below about 2,500 feet before we enter the pattern. Also, your jettison is right there for your fuel tanks, which as you can see definitely lighten up the aircraft, but you'll be needing it. Also, this is your fuel gauge down here, so you can see we've got about 7,000 left. Alrighty, let's drop below about 450 hopefully in this turn. Get lined up on the runway. We're about 350, 331 knots. Drop the flaps. Throttle all the way back. Just get her lined up with the runway. Put this on the landing zone. You see we start dropping altitude real quickly here. That's the altitude ground proximity warning. And about here we'll just touch down. Very light on the brakes. Because as you see, it will throw you around. Uh-oh. That was a piss poor landing on my behalf, and I ended up running into the ILS system at the end of the runway. But that is a very that one was a little fast, and you've got to be careful with its landing because of the fact of that. So, but landing wasn't really a tutorial here, but takeoff, startup, that kind of was. Yes, without further ado, please leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Eagles out.